I've been seeing a lot of these van life videos everywhere, and I'm not convinced it's actually worth it. Would you actually want to live like this, or does it just look good on TikTok? I get why people want this. No rent, no rules, just go. But living in a vehicle full time? Well, let's take a look.
A day in my life living in my van. I woke up and made my tea as usual before crawling back into my bed and reading a chapter of my book. I was planning on going for a hike directly after this, and I realized that my Venmo got hacked. So I had to deal with that, which took longer than expected, and didn't end up getting out for a hike until around 3 p.m. I was in White Sands National Park, and I did the Alkali Flat Trail, which is only about 5 miles, but you are walking in really deep sand for a lot of it and up sand dunes. Here I got nervous that I wasn't going to make it back before dark because I didn't see any people around, and so I started jogging. And then here I saw some other people, so I waited for the sun to set. And the whole rest of my walk back was this beautiful sky against the white sand. I literally got back to my van just as it was getting dark, and I had so much sand in my shoes. I went back to camp, made some pasta, and crawled into bed.
Alright, let's look at the comments. Your Venmo got hacked, new fear unlocked. I think that's everybody's new fear. Let's see, who's filming you? Are you bringing a full-size tripod on hikes? That'd be difficult. I wouldn't like packing that around with me. And then you pretty much have to walk everywhere twice to film yourself. Let's see, another comment. Did you live in a van before TikTok? Where does your income come from? So I'm curious about that as well. How much money are you making off of TikTok? I could always use another side hustle.
Guys, it's official. Today is my last day in the van before going home. If you don't know, I'm currently living in Bend, Oregon right now, but decided to escape the cold for a month and go surf in Southern California, and today is my last day. So naturally, we're going to spend it doing every single thing that I love doing here. First of all, started out the morning with a beautiful walk by the beach and then dropped Archie back off of the van so I could hit my favorite coffee shop. This is Verve, and one of the main reasons I'm so sad to leave Southern California because their coffee and everything there is amazing, and they even gave me a goodie bag because they saw my video the last time I was there. They are so sweet and so kind. Love Verve.
That was good to get your freebies.
Then I was feeling lazy. The surf wasn't good yet, so I decided to go run a 5K, and y'all, the ocean air here makes me feel like such a better runner. Going back to Bend is going to be tough.
You just decided to run a 5K? That sounds like fun. I guess I'm not in that good a shape.
To say the least. After that, Archie was feeling neglected, so I went and took him to have lunch with me at this little outdoor spot. I got this cod bowl.
It's expensive dog food.
I then checked Surfline and saw that the waves decided to finally turn on, so I quickly went back to the van, waxed my board, put my wetsuit on, and got in the water for 3 hours. One of the best surfing sessions I have had here in Southern California since getting here a month ago. I'm usually never able to get clips of me surfing, but this spot has a cam, which is so fun because now I have some memories to look back on. This wave was one of my favorites because me and this guy just kept messing around and getting waves together, and that is my favorite way to surf. I got out just in time for sunset. It was so cold. At this point, I was just dreaming of my shower back home, but I got back into the van, pounded a chocolate croissant, decided to do a mini cleanup, and then headed to Trader Joe's to
all
get
that exercise and eat junk food.
I was craving just something warm and saucy and inviting, so I decided to do chicken thighs and then this cauliflower gnocchi with some tomato sauce on top, and y'all, it hit the spot. But guys, can I tell you a secret?
She's got a stove right in her
in my full-size kitchen again. Oh, I'm such a princess now. But I will say this day was the perfect way to end the trip, and I'm gonna miss Southern California so much. Anyways, I'll see you back in Bend. Good night.
All right, let's check out the comments. Bend has the last Blockbuster, so that's interesting. I used to go to Blockbuster until they died. At least I thought they did. Let's see, the next one. Looks like the perfect day there. Also love that you said you were feeling lazy and then you ran a 5K. So yeah, 5K is a lot of work. I'm definitely not going to try that myself. Right, now we're going to see a video with a big upgrade from a car to a van.
When moving from a 2006 Honda Accord to a 2010 Ford E250, there are many aspects about my lifestyle that will have to change. For starters, my gas mileage has been cut in half, but in exchange, I get more than double the living space within a safe little 4 walls on wheels. Now, I can stand up straight, I can cook inside when it's raining, I can have my little morning and evening routines, and I have more space for the little things that I've kept in storage for the past 4 years that bring me joy.
I couldn't imagine being stuck in a Honda Accord and trying to live in it. A van is much better.
Although I will miss my Honda Accord's zippiness while driving on the highways and uphill, I'm actually enjoying taking life in the slow lane and being seated up a little bit higher while I'm driving. I also love being able to pull over anywhere, close the curtains, and be cozy in my own little space. Once I get fully settled, I'm excited to have a space where I can feel grounded enough to create again after many years on the road in the Honda.
See, that doesn't look too bad. You get your window, you get a nice bed, play on your laptop. It's a lot more comfortable than that car for sure.
Honda Accord. Let me know down in the comments below what types of van videos you'd be interested in seeing from me in 2026, and I look forward to taking you guys along for the adventures in my van.
It's pretty good, except the gas mileage, but yeah, big upgrade, definitely. I don't know if I could do it, but it'd be fun to try, honestly. All right, let's take a look at the comments. Let's see, first one, I enjoy your videos and I'm so happy about your new van. I would really like to see how and what you eat. How do you store food? So definitely, in a van, at least she's got a lot more room to store food. Let's see, the next one. I'm actually happy for you. You will be so much more happy now. Definitely, that's definitely a huge upgrade from a small car to a van. And definitely the ability to just lay down and chill for a minute definitely make you feel a lot better. A good upgrade for sure. If I was going to live out of a car, I would definitely get a nice van. I'd probably do what she did.
My name is Alexis and I live in this minivan. Today I'm finally going to give you a tour of the inside. This is Midnight Rain. She's a 2008 Toyota Sienna.
She named her car Midnight Rain.
And this is my home. I've had her for just a couple of months now. So just to give you an idea of how I put all of this together, this is a camping cot with an 8-inch memory foam mattress on top of it. This is a toy box I got on Amazon and it houses all of my clothes. And Toby usually sleeps up here. I have his water bowl here so he can reach it. This curtain was also an Amazon find. It was $30 and it fits so perfectly in here. In this corner over here, I have this, which is where I normally sit my tablet so that I can watch TV. And then I have some journals and books in this corner. I have 4 of these purple tubs stacked up for storage. I got each of these for $5 at Walmart. They are full of random things, like this one has sweaters in it, and I think this one has some bathroom stuff in it. I have a cooler here, but the only thing in it right now is bananas, and then the trusty V8 Energy that I am addicted to. This is Toby, the love of my life. On the back of the driver's seat, I have an organizer with a lot of stuff that I use all the time, like scissors. There's some bug spray here. This is the dog's bowl and the dog's leash. I have some like poop bags down here. And under the seat here, I have a first aid kit. Please don't mind the rug. I don't know what I was thinking when I got black carpet, and the vacuum I have is just not strong enough to pick up all this little shit on the floor. And then under the bed, this is dog food and dog sweaters. This one over here is like bathroom stuff that I use all the time, like Q-tips. There's baby wipes in here. And then here is like some snacks and water. I'm hoping to upgrade my water storage soon. So then over here is like obviously where I sleep. This is Salem, but I use her as a neck pillow and she just stays right over here. This area, this is like my little nightstand. So I have a bunch of different chapsticks in here. In here I have ibuprofen, melatonin, stuff like that. These are my window coverings. I just use Velcro like this to hang them up.
That's a good idea.
My TikTok fan that has come in handy more than enough times. I use it to charge my phone. Hopefully soon I can buy a Jackery and that'll be fun. I have a candle here because I love a good scent, and then toilet paper for when I go to the bathroom. This is my bathroom. And this is my hygiene bag. It's full of like my shower stuff, everything like that. The passenger seat is kind of crazy because I have some blankets up here that I have to put in storage. But normally it would just be like my laundry bag for dirty clothes. Down here I have like my laundry detergent. This is the pet sling. But then I also have like a bunch of cleaning stuff down here, the handheld vacuum. We're still trying to catch a mouse up in here. But this is the van.
House.
This is my home. I'm
Where
very
does it
proud of
hide?
it. I know it took me a while to do a tour of the inside, but it's always messy in here. And I don't like cleaning. So I finally cleaned it today and it looks good. I hope you guys like it because I love it.
Speaking of mouse, we did have a mouse in our window well once. I tied a string to a cup, put a piece of cheese on it, and I lowered it down, and the mouse got in, and I let him go. And then everybody got mad at me for letting him go. And that was our van setup. Pretty good setup. Lots of storage. I would definitely look into more water. And here's a good one on the comments. If you get the opportunity, you can invest in a roof rack with a lockable storage unit for things you don't need every day. All right, our second comment. You people act like you can't get a mice in your house. That does happen for sure, but it seems kind of weird having it in a car since the mouse, I don't know, does it jump in there or maybe something was hanging out and it climbed up there, but it's a little different in a car. I've never had a mouse in my car. I have had a wasp in my car a few times, and that is no fun. Right, our next video is about animal abuse in van life and how it's not really abuse because most pet owners actually love their pets and spend a great deal of time with them. So let's see how she figured out the best way to have her animal in her van.
As a full-time van lifer, responsible pet owner, and vegan of 12 years, I've had a difficult time understanding why traditional people assume van lifers with pets are animal abusers. But after more thought, it dawned on me that traditional homeowners naturally view dogs in camper vans the same way they view dogs in regular cars, since a camper van is technically a vehicle. That said, I thought I'd provide better insight for those that worry about dogs' well-being in van life. Properly built camper vans are well insulated and equipped with lots of ventilation for temperature regulation. If we're able to comfortably hang out in our van with the doors closed, then so is our dog. Keep in mind, most dog owners adore their dog.
See, that's a good point. If they're comfortable in the van, the dog should be too. And they're living there right alongside them, so...
And would never jeopardize their well-being. Plus, full-time van lifers are rarely located in hot climates because let's be real, that's not fun for anyone.
Wow, you could really see a lot of stuff stacked up at the end. But yeah, what did you think about that? I have not lived with an animal inside a vehicle before. We've got a couple cats, and one of them really freaks out if you take it for a ride. But luckily, the rides we take it are very short. All right, let's check our comments here. Not to mention all the playtime and outdoor activities they get to experience. So much more than in a traditional home. Yeah, I'm sure the dogs love it, actually. Let's see. That's crazy. Most dog homeowners leave their dog alone at home all day while they're at work. At least yours get to explore the world with you. So yeah, they're right alongside their owners, having probably the time of their life, really. Let's see the next one. I always thought van pets had the best life ever. Always new places to explore, getting lots of mental and physical stimulation. So yeah, plenty of new places to run around. All right, let's check out this camper van.
I just bought a camper van and I'm gonna live in it in 2026. So let me give you a house tour. Okay, welcome to my house. This is a 2008 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, also known as Big Bertha the Benz. This is my kitchen area where I have my oven and stove. I can actually take this out. It also has like a vent that goes up at the roof. Under my oven is my toilet. You do have to move the oven to use the toilet. Ugh, I gotta unclip this first. So once you move the oven,
that'd get old
lift
quick.
This up and Use your toilet. This is a compost toilet, which I think is pretty nifty. So you
Man, you better plan not to use the toilet when you're cooking.
put like moss in there, peat moss in there. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I've never used a compost toilet before, but I actually think this is a better solution than like a cassette toilet. And then, this is my bed. It is a short queen, which is fine because I'm 5'3". This bed is really big, honestly. I could even sleep this way. It's just so big. My little sink is right here. It's kind of a tiny sink. The clean water and gray water are down here. Here's my refrigerator. And then you can also see there's like all this storage up here, which is like where I'll probably put all my clothes and stuff. And then past the kitchen, we've got the driver's seat, which does have CarPlay if I turn it on. And it also has a backup camera. These seats, they actually are heated, which is awesome. So this is
awesome.
where I'm gonna be staying for the next year, if not more. If you've been following my journey, you know that I've been renting a lot of camper vans just to kind of figure out what I like and dislike about builds. One of the things that this camper van doesn't have is a shower. Whenever I rented a camper van, I never used the shower. It was always so tiny and the water would be like freezing cold. I'm just gonna use showers locally, whether that's at a gym or campground or truck stop or whatever. It's not gonna smell bad, I'm still gonna shower. This upcoming year, I just wanna drive. I just want to explore America and drive. So the next few weeks, I'm just going to fix her up and get her ready to live in. Yay! I just bought...
Well, that looked really good. Lots of nice wood in there. A really nice setup. She should have no problem living in that van. All right, let's take a look at the comments. Moving the oven to use the bathroom seems like it would get old fast. I agree. See the next one. Those toilets are great. You can order bricks from Amazon. They expand in the water. Got the hookup to air vent outside though. No smell inside at all. Mine lasted for a month or more on one brick. It all turns to dirt when you're ready to clean it out. I haven't seen that yet. That's interesting. And then, of course, there were a bunch of congratulations. So anytime you make a huge move like that, that's awesome. All right, here's a quick one with a nice setup. It's got some nice wood paneling in it as well. Yeah, that was really short. You can see on the door, it looks like she's boiling water on an electric stove. So that's kind of different. I wouldn't have thought about attaching something to a door and cooking off it like that. That's kind of interesting. Also, I couldn't help but notice she doesn't have a pet. I think if I were traveling like this, I would definitely get a dog to travel with me. Let's check the comments. Oh my, you are making me miss my van. Your van is so comfy and cute. Creating great stories for your book of life. Did the same with an ambulance. Love your rig. That'd be interesting, doing an ambulance. You'd probably have plenty of room in that too. Right, our next video has some really good tips if you're starting out.
Hi, my name's Emily Sedona, and I live in this little van. And here are my top 3 things that I couldn't live without. Number 1 is this DIY screen door. Got it off Amazon, and it attaches with Velcro. Keeps all the bugs out so I can keep my doors open and let all the fresh air in. Number 2 is this water dispenser. It's actually just a hand pump that sits on top of a 5-gallon water container, and it's just a really easy way to access my drinking water. And number 3 is my WeatherTech window covers. I've had these in all of the rigs that I've lived in. Each set is custom to the make and model of your vehicle, has a reflective side to keep the sun out, and most importantly to me, has a black side that makes it look like no one is inside the vehicle. So they're perfect for stealth camping. All these things just make life a little bit easier while living on the road.
Right, we got a couple comments here. Love the flower decal on the outside, but don't you worry, it'll make you an easy target. So that is something to consider if you want to hide, or how well you want to hide when you're out there in the wild. Another comment, they make an electric pump, $12 on Amazon. So that's something to look into too if you need it. Oh, and there were quite a few comments about everybody just seemed to love her pants. And they're asking where did she get them. Right, this next one has quite a few tips and tricks. Things that people wish they knew beforehand. See, be prepared for mechanical issues. Have at least $10,000 in savings for when things go wrong. Seems like a lot. Have AAA in case you need to get towed. Pack light. I continuously got rid of my things. So downsize a little bit. If you don't have savings, have a remote job or seasonal work lined up. So yeah, a lot of people are working remote nowadays. And laptops are pretty easy to put in a van, so... Build community by befriending fellow travelers. Many people in a caravan. That sounds like an excellent idea. Have AirTags or trackers on your pets. That is a great idea. You always want to keep track of your pets, and if you had to leave it behind, you'd feel real bad about it. So that's a great idea. Get a satellite phone or Starlink in case you need a service during an emergency. Apps like Park for Night and I Love a Lander will help you find free camping spots. Oh, that's cool. I actually didn't know about that, so I'll keep that in mind. See, and there's a dog. Doesn't he look happy? He looks like he's having the time of his life, really. Don't have a strict plan. Allow for flexibility. Yeah, sometimes on the road, things take a little more time. But to comment on the earlier video, this dog looks like he's loving it. Be present, enjoy the moment, remind yourself all the excitement of freedom van life offers. And you can see Mr. Kitty Kitty up there. That's quite a view. So yeah, that's a excellent way to get out and about. You can see from this picture, it looks very well organized. It looks like a nice home. All right, tip number 13, stop more than you drive. That's a great idea. And here's a really good tip. Get a storage unit. I don't care what size. Store your social security card, birth certificate, vehicle title, valuables, seasonal clothes. If hot, store the cold weather clothes, etc. If anything happens to your vehicle, your life won't be entirely in shambles. So that's a great idea. You could use a storage unit or maybe a parent's house. And maybe even get your own safe and put valuable stuff like that in it. See, as someone who has a dog or cat and just bought a van, can I ask what your litter box situation is? And the creator Grace, honestly, it was the worst part of van life. I can't stand litter box smell. I had it in the very back with a lid that I could take on and off. But being in a small space, it's hard to mask the odor. Just gotta say, on top of cleaning it every time they use the restroom, and you should be good. I don't live in a van. We do have 2 cats, and when they use the litter box, I'm the one that cleans it pretty much every time. So I get that. All right, let's see a video about stealth camping.
It is time to do my least favorite thing while living in a van, and that is stealth camping. Not only is it just a little bit illegal, it's also just generally unenjoyable. Stealth camping is basically trying to make yourself invisible. This is also the most common time you will get a knock on your van for sleeping in somewhere that you shouldn't. Now tonight I was feeling pretty lucky because the place that I decided to camp didn't have any signs telling me I couldn't, but in Los Angeles there are ordinances against sleeping in your vehicle, and so it's just a risk that you have to take. A couple things I do to remain discreet are finding dark places to park my van that aren't easily visible, meaning I typically won't be parking under a street light or anywhere that brings attention to my rig. The second thing is I am always putting up my window shades before any of my lights go on. This way no light can get out, and once again it's not drawing attention to my van. The third thing is I try to be as quiet as possible and make very little noise because I don't know who's around the outside of my rig. And that's a crash course on stealth camping. It's not glamorous, but it is van life, and it's something you just have to deal with.
All right, some stealth camping. I wonder how hard it would be to put maybe some real little cameras on the side of the vehicle and see who's outside around it. But anyway, maybe for another video. Let's see the comments. All right, we got some good comments on where to park. Walmart, Costco, Bass Pro Shop, the Cracker Barrel are all free overnight parking for RVs and vans. I think it's wild that sleeping in your car is illegal. That is kind of wild. This user had the same idea I did. Get cameras for the outside so you can watch from your phone and be aware of your surroundings. I'm a truck driver. You can park at any truck stop, no problem on the car side. Nobody will ever bother you. They're called travel stops for a reason. That's a great idea. There was a truck stop I used to go to lunch at, actually. It had a Subway inside. So that was neat. And I couldn't help but notice down this hallway there were showers as well that you could use. Right, here's our last video tonight.
What's up? It's Danny, or also known as Thrifted Wolf, and this is my schoolie. It is a 5-window Chevy Express 3500 Duramax diesel, and I'm going to show you a little tour. Cab area, I kind of just left like blank. I did install this car seat for my son, and yeah, it's just pretty mundane, I guess. I installed this cupboard up here, which is just cleaning supplies and my vacuum and fire extinguisher, other random stuff.
Gotta have your storage.
My bathroom is just a simple composting toilet. I have a bucket in the back for number 2, and I just, every time you go, you just scoop a little peat moss on it, and then number 2 goes down like a funnel in the front, and then goes to this.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot
jug,
about
and
the
you spray,
peat moss.
Vinegar water solution after you go number 1, and that just like stops it from smelling. And I haven't had any problems with smell or anything without like a fan, so that's worked. Kitchen area. All of my drawers have these baby locks on them, so you just like push down and voila.
It's another good idea. Put the little baby locks on there.
Copper piping.
Keep the drawers from moving when you're
Underneath,
traveling.
it's just a foot pump system, so you would pump with this foot, and then clean water comes out of here, and then the dark water or gray water goes into the gross container. And then I installed these cabinets up here, just pots and pans and teas, and everything has this latch I installed, so when I'm driving it doesn't like fly open. This is one too. And this is my closet. I really like clothing, so I wanted it to be like, a lot of van life people have them in like pull out cubbies or boxes, and I really wanted to hang up my clothes because I like clothing. So I have a 2-section, bottoms and tops, pretty straightforward. This is my dinette. It's just pretty straightforward. I did install it so you could slide these out. So it slides out all the way, but there's stuff under there. But you can have more people like sit down. Go. Yeah. And this is my bed. It does fold up like a futon into like a sitting area, but I never fold it up because I have a ton of stuff underneath it. Over here is just more storage and my little bookshelf. This is how I control my diesel heater, and then this is just like a cigarette outlet, and then USB. I have a carbon monoxide detector and a smoke detector. And this is just more cabinets. My art supplies, and then over here I have some bathroom stuff in these containers and some games, other stuff. And like I said, under my bed is just a bunch of storage, but you can see it has like this effect where like you can push it into a couch, but there's stuff under it, so I never really do that. Now I'm up on my roof.
Lots of storage.
I have 4 100 watts of solar panels, and I did start to make the outline for a roof deck, but I never really finished it, unfortunately. To paint the bus, I just used like a house paint. It was just a green house paint I got from Home Depot, and I wanted to say that I did the whole bus renovation myself, like demo and everything. So if you're thinking you can't do it, you can. You got this. I never really built anything before this, so I learned everything from YouTube. I do.
That's great. She did it all herself. I kind of wonder how house paint will hold up over time. Let's check out the comments. That's amazing. I'm in the process of building mine. Hopefully I'll be done by the end of the year. That's a lot of work. Let's see. Next comment. Thank you for sharing your home with us. I think it is wonderful how thoughtfully you designed and built everything. You are truly inspirational. So yeah, that's awesome. She put a lot of work into that, and it's going to pay off. She's got a home that she can drive around. Well, I know I learned some stuff today, and I hope you did as well. Leave me a like and subscribe if you liked today's video, and I'll make some more.